in your maybe of looking at you, I have this question that you have come across as a human being, right? So how do you just come over, or how you become a victorious in that situations of when we feel to be a lazy person, or the thing is that when we break the continuity of any practice that we have, whether it is mental, physical, emotional, or anything like the social and everything.
Okay. Yeah, the thing is, body is very lazy. We are all human beings, whether we are Christians, Hindus, Catholics, Protestants, or whatever we are human beings. And the body is very lazy. If you start a practice saying, I must get up early morning, 4 o'clock, the body will make 100 excuses every day. No, today is very cold. Let me sleep 10 minutes more. Then when you wake up, it's already 6 o'clock. So, on top of that, we are riddled with a mind which is even more lazy. That mind is even worse. And mind can never stick. So you are all, it's very good question, that very difficult. So that's why we are given various different type of yogas, various different type of sadhanas also. What I would suggest is best sadhana still to follow Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga, because I don't think till today there is any psychologist who is as great as Patanjali. No West has settled on. They have only copied him, that's all, even Jung and Freud and all that. So you follow that Ashtanga Yoga, and you have to follow it very regularly. And the laziness of the body will be slowly go with doing yogasanas. So yogasana is the first thing you have to start. Because, as I said, the body is the most grossest, most heavy physical part of us. So that has to be first controlled. So start with yogasanas. Especially I would say Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar, 12 postures of Surya Namaskar will help you to wake up and will help you to loosen your limbs, and you will become very much easier. So once a little bit of the body is somewhat under control, this has to be practiced every day, whatever happens. Now the mind is the one who is actually in control. How would you control the mind? By pranayama. So because emotions, the mind and breath are very closely connected. Breath and mind very closely connected. You know, when you are anxious, agitated, the breath is very fast. When you are calm and peaceful, breath is very slow. So pranayama is very important for controlling the mind. And again, this has to be practiced very, very, every day it has to be practiced. So first yogasanas for the body, because otherwise you can't even sit for meditation. Yes, most people, I'm happy that all of you can sit on the floor. Very often I find many of you can't sit on the floor. Even young people, they want chairs or something or other. So unless you can sit for a certain period of time with ease, how can you meditate? So first, then pranayama. After that, I always advise mantra japa. Mantra japa, again, that you can use your own mantra, Jesus prayer, whatever you like. So that again will help you to calm the mind. So only when the mind is the body is in a good state of rest, and we're not worrying about some pain on your knee or something on your ankle and so on, then the mind is slowly getting into a restful state. Breathing is low and down. Only in such a mind can you meditate. Because meditation is very important. I'm sure you all have some meditation techniques also. But I'm just telling you the preliminary for that. Preliminary has to be done before you can meditate successfully. So once you start this program, you will slowly find there is a difference in your daily life. There is, you feel more at peace, less anger. Otherwise, some little thing is enough. They blow up like even people who have been in ashrams and monasteries for years. We never find how they will. So this has to be practiced very, very regularly and very big. Only then, and that practice, keeping up to it, only you can do. Nobody, no, even if you are sitting in a monastery and they may ring the bell and all that, but who knows, you will go there and, who knows what you are doing at the end of it. So the practice, you are the one who is in control. You must show that you are in control of your body and your mind. Otherwise, the mind is supposed to be like a mad monkey, not even ordinary monkey. We all know ordinary monkeys. It's a mad monkey who has also had too much to drink. He found an empty bottle of whiskey, not half empty bottle of it. He had glug, 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 he had some whiskey also. So you can imagine that mind. What a terrible thing it is. That is our mind. So with the mind you have to control the mind. That's another problem. You have no other thing. But you can control with the intellect. First, that's why intellectual conviction is very important. Jnana Yoga, intellectual conviction. What are you aiming at? What do you want to achieve? All these things, the intellect must be convinced. Understand? Only then the mind will say, okay. Then the intellect will control the mind and say, look, I want to achieve all this in my life. You have to obey what I say. So there's step by step in the mind also. So then stick to that without fail. Whatever happens, make yourself get up. Make yourself do it daily. And slowly that when the results and the joy actually is making, you feel much, you become a better person. Everybody likes you better also. And people who come near you also will be infected by that. So that is what we want in life. We don't care whether we meet Krishna or Jesus or Allah or whatever. We want a good life here. Whatever things we are doing, we must have a happy, pleasant life here. And first person you have to be in touch with your own self. Because our own self is our own enemy and our own self is our own friend also. Because the lower self which is trying to pull you down is your enemy. The higher self which is pulling up is your friend. And both are inside you. What you say, both God and devil are both inside you. So you have to be careful also. Slowly follow the other side, your higher self. And put the lower self down with your higher self. Because no amount of external force can really control you. You yourself have to control. Because in the end, as I said, even if you go there in time and go and close your eyes, who knows what you're doing? Only you know. So you yourself are your best friend and your worst enemy also. By that, Gita also says, with the lower self you have to control the higher self. The higher self you have to control the lower self. Only then you will be successful. And as I said, you are asking how to see that you keep up. That will automatically come when you find that you get some results out of it. You are a happier person. You are easier for you to get on with other people. And all, things which, and you are more dharmic, you think less negative thoughts. So all these things will help you to carry on with this thing. But in the beginning it's difficult, but you have to pause yourself. You're all very much into spirituality, I'm sure. So you all know how difficult the path is. Not so easy. But in any profession you take up is the same. If you want to pass an exam, you have to sit and study hard. If you want to learn violin or singing or music, violin, key, you will have to go for so long before you get play some good music. So if all these things you can do if you want to do, but why only this? This is an art of man making. No. So why you can't do that? That's the most important art for you. So that you must make the intellect understand, and the intellect will force the mind. Okay, will control the mind. So that is how slowly, shanai, slowly, step by step, we can go. There are no double promotions in this, very seldom. You have to take class by class. Yeah.
I was thinking, as you said, we should also work hard. We should, try our best to get our mind, on peace and all. But sometimes, when we are doing that, we're like, yaar, mera mind, why is it not at peace? We think like that, sometimes. So I was thinking, does Hinduism, or do you personally have this thing called trust, absolute trust in the Lord, right? Sometimes some people have, in Catholicism also, some people have, some people don't have. They have this thing of, some people think 50-50, 50% I should work hard and 50% I should trust in the Lord. I keep it as maybe I should completely trust in the Lord so that He leads me to do what I should do. So does Hinduism also have that?
Of course, yeah, 100%. There's no 50-50.
So
No 50-50 here. Because the whole point is, There is only one force, only one power.
Yeah.
Why are you separating it? There is no duality. Advaita it is. Aham evam, aham avyayam is what he said. I alone, undivided. That is what Hinduism believes. And there is only one power, one source. There are not two. No duality. So it's not ഞാൻ പാതി നീ പാതി എന്നൊന്നും പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല നമുക്ക്. എന്നാ ഭഗവാൻ പറയും നീ എൻ്റെ പാതി ചെയ്തോളൂ ഞാനിവിടെ നോക്കിക്കൊണ്ട് നിൽക്കാം. Sorry. I said there's no question of half and half. Because if you say I will do half and you do the other half, then he will say, okay, you finish your half, then after that I'll come with you. So better not go into all that. There is no such thing as half and half. He's total. There is no other power. There is no other power except that power. There's only one source. Okay? So then when after you surrender to that, then you're made, finished. You don't need anything more. Okay? Good question. Yeah.
You had a divine encounter with God.
What dear?
Through your meditation,
Ah.
you are able to get a divine connection with God. So
Why meditation? You should connect with him everywhere. He's not only inside me, he's everywhere.
yeah, that's
Ah,
true.
so
It's different methods and ways that are followed to encounter God in different forms,
I
different
see.
means.
Okay.
And sometimes, yes, the means become something more than what we are hoping for.
Ah,
Problem is sometimes I overthink about what I am doing,
ah.
and therefore I feel that there are inner peace. The peace is lacking within me.
The mind is the cause of everything.
Yeah.
Only the
Similarly-
mind.
Similarly, so that divine encounter is not just at the moment, but every aspect of our life.
Of course.
But meanwhile, like now there are people. So once they attain that kind of connection with God, so they feel they are fullness. They feel
They
the
say
fullness.
they're available to everyone because it's everywhere in everything. If it's something very rare and you have to only can find him in heaven, then it's a bit difficult. But when it's everywhere, isn't it? See, the electricity is everywhere. But if you don't know where the switch is, you are suffering. It is everywhere. So it's a question of knowing where to put on the switch. It is always there. It's always there. No other power is there. Only one power. That is the basic difference between Hinduism and other religions. We don't believe in a God who is sitting in heaven. He's everywhere. In fact, the Bhagavad Gita says, if there is heaven, you have to find it. Ihaiva sargada sarga, he says. It has to be found here and now. There's no question of after death, what is the point, what's the use of a power like that. I want it here and now. I want my whole life, this minute, to be good and happy. You know, if somebody tells me you do be very good here, then you will find him in heaven after you die. Who knows? Has anyone come back from heaven to say you will come there? It'll be very nice. It's just great. Come on, lots of ice cream and lots of rasagullas and gulab jamuns every day. Nobody has said that. So best is to find him here and now. That is possible because he's everywhere. It is everywhere, rather.
Christianity also it says that here and now, heaven is there, here. The presence of God is there amidst us. But sometimes it is our mind.
It's only your mind, not sometimes, always your mind. Mind is the greatest culprit.
Now, to control the mind,
I've just told you given sadhana.
yeah. But on the process, we are having a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties. Now, how you find it? Like, yeah, I know through various controlling of oneself and one consciousness, you are able to move forward.
You cannot control. You can only do these yogas. All yogas. We have different types of yogas and different types of sadhana. All this is meant only for mental control. That you have to practice religiously. You must not give in even to one day. See, today I'm taking off. Today off. Off day. Sabbath. It's off day for him, off day for me also. No. He can take off day, but you can't. You cannot afford that. You have to practice every day. Okay? That's the only thing. The mind makes all sorts of excuses. All sorts of excuses. But don't give in to that. Yeah?
Mataji,
a Catholic theologian called Carl. He says, you have to carry Bible on one hand and then newspaper on the other hand.
Okay.
So all these sadhanas and yogas should help us to be grounded in reality. So when we look at reality, even we look at the Rishikesh here, once it was a forest, now it is polluted, and then river Ganga, as it crosses, Prayagraj, and then they say the water can't be used, it is polluted. And we see, wars are taking place in the world, and then the politics, so all this corruption, all these things are there. How to see God in all these things, in this pollution, all this noise, and in war especially, how to see and encounter God over there.
Yeah, because you see, the world is a world of duality. Good and bad, night and day, happiness and unhappiness, sorrow, joy. And the fact is, you can never have one side of the duality. One side will be negative, one side is positive. Like electricity, positive and negative, this thing, that. So it is like that. So you cannot. We all want only happiness. We want only good. We want only day. We want only nice things, beautiful things. We don't want. But that is not how the world is. First of all, the mind has accept the world as it is, not as what you think it should be. Isn't it? The mind categorizes everything, divides, and but you have to accept the world is a world of duality. You have to accept the bad with the good. And what most religions, how they divided this is by creating a devil on whose head all the negative things are put. If this is good, it will bad. If this is joy, this is power. But that also doesn't work in the end. I mean, if you really think about it reasonably, that means God is impotent really, because everything he does, the devil can bring down. So that's not a good method of, because human mind, could not reconcile. But the fact is that both, though the world is both good and bad and happiness and unhappiness, but the source is the same. There are not two sources, one bad and one good. This, like electricity, that's why I gave the example of electricity. In this electricity, unseen, you can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't feel it, but it goes in the fan. It gives you breeze. In the heater, it gives you heat. In the electric chair, it gives you death. In the surgeon's hand, it will give you life. The same power, the same power has it's in itself the ability to do opposites. The same power, for good or for bad. So that is the world the way it is. We can't change it. We just can't change it. We have to only accept it. Some place war is going, and some place some people are saying, chanting and doing all sorts of things. That is the way it is. So what we can do, I mean, many Krishnas have come, Ramas have come, Christ have come, Allahs and Mahodas. The world has never changed. The same old world. The only thing we have better and more methods of killing each other, that's all. They have progressed in those methods. They have not progressed in self-control. So what is what I'm meaning to say, the world is as it is, just accept it, let it be. You can pray for the world, of course. You can pray. That is something which will be of positive. But make yourself perfect. Because you are the only one you have in your control. Yes, not even your children. You can advise them, but still they may go and do something else. So you are the only one you can perfect. If each one thinks that, we will get a better world. So concentrate on making yourself into a perfect human being who will be a beacon light to others. So in that way, if everybody does that, we will get a better world. If you are simply trying to change the world, it just will not happen. And if we are trying to criticize all this, that God doesn't know what his business, well, we can say that. But the fact is, the world is a world of duality. We have to accept it. War and peace go together. We can't have one without the other. That is the problem. We can't even know the meaning of happiness unless we have experienced unhappiness. We won't know. We don't know what sweet is unless we have tasted sour. In Kerala, we have, when after the payasam or the kheer, they give you a little mango pickle. so that the difference you feel the intensity. That is the world how it is. Just try to perfect yourself. That you can do. And whatever little you can do in your own this thing, help others. We all know the same, all religions will preach only that. Try to be good, to help others, do kind acts. That means, in other words, dharmic, practice dharma. That is the law of the universe. Yeah.
And with same, what you are talking about of the duality, the world is we need to accept as it is and so on and so forth. That with my limited knowledge, I come across that all the religions says that God created everything good. Like Christianity also says God's created everything good. He sees good, and He says many times good, 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 everything. In a way, all the religions, gods, they have created the world as good, right? Now, if that is the situation that God created everything good, and then finally we come across the mentality or the mindset of ours that we have created another thing, just disposing everything as an evil or what we call as a devil. Now, in the whole world is created by God, and that is good. Now, how can we say that there is an evil as such? And then we just proceed saying that there is an evil. Then afterwards, finally we come to the conclusion there is a duality of the world, that there is a good and bad and the positive and day and night and negative, positive, so on and so forth. The thing is, my understanding from quite often, at least for a few years back onwards, is this: God created everything good. He sees good. Now, as a human being, I need to see good. But when I see the other, even myself sometimes, we see the world as such in a different perspective than the divine perspective. So what is your own understanding on these situations?
We don't see God created only good. We accept the creation as it is. It's dualistic. There is good and bad. You cannot deny it. How can you deny that? You have to accept life as it is, no? Otherwise, how will you ever understand how to get through it? You have to accept that this is a dualistic world. There is no, as I said, you cannot even know what joy is unless you've had some sorrow. For instance, Buddha, for instance, he never knew what sorrow was. And one fine day he was, brought to the sudden, that's why it was such a shocking thing to him. Because he thought everything was good. And suddenly he goes out of the gates of the palace and finds out, someone is lame, someone is sick, someone is dead. It's a shocking thing. That's why he gave up everything. It was a shock. But we are all brought up. From baby itself, we all know that there is both good and bad. So you have to accept it. How can you say God created only good? It's not possible to say that. He created the world as it is. As it is. You can't say anything more than that. And it is dualistic world. That much you have to accept. And I said, we are able to take a choice. For us, human beings have a choice. That is, you can be adharmic or dharmic, both. You can choose between good and bad. So the only thing I do is, as far as I know, we all know what is good, what is bad. So follow the good. That's all we can do, each one of that. If we do that, we'll get a much better world. This is all we can do, We can't be imagining something, some great paradise or something. We have to accept what we are at this moment, in this place and time. Only then we can. If we accept reality, we can go forward to something beyond that. Okay. Where are you from, dear? Lady sitting there. Yeah. Are you a sister also? Yeah.
Shillong.
Shillong. Okay. Both of you are from Shillong.
No, I'm from Andhra.
Andhra. Okay. You're from
Maharashtra.
Maharashtra. Okay. Yeah.
I'm from Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu. Tamil Peshara. Okay. All from different places. Huh?
Yeah,
Very,
different
very
places.
nice.
Jharkhand, someone from Jharkhand, Odisha,
Okay, okay. You're from
West
Jharkhand?
Bengal. Yes,
Okay. And you're from? Tamil Nadu. Father is from Kerala, okay. Yeah. And you're from?
Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu. Okay. Nice. Yeah.
What's your perspective on heaven and hell? We have purgatory, the purification of souls, and all these things. Do you believe in these things? You said no, both we can choose dharmic and adharmic both. So, what is the end of all these things?
See, heaven and hell is in our own minds. We can, there is a Sanskrit saying, in the human being, the mind is the cause of both heaven and hell. That each one can experience. If you want to make yourself a happy person, you can. There's a problem. But we keep on going into the negative aspects of things. Then you can't. And for that, as I said, sadhana is very important because to control that mind, very, very difficult to control that. So whatever situation, especially you all are in a spiritual line, so it's very easy for you. Many people are so poor they cannot even have food to eat. To tell them to practice sadhana is all difficult. They cannot do that. But in your case, you are all spiritually inclined. You should make the time and the effort for it. That is what you've given up your life for this. So why are you hesitating? Don't waste your time on other things. This is the most important thing for you. Okay, that's very important. So that heaven and hell is in our mana evam manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. Mana evam, mind alone is the cause of both heaven and hell. And we know that. That's the mind can create anything. Everything is created by the mind only. So control of the mind is the most important thing in any dharma, any religion. Perfect. Actually what we all want is a happy life. Everybody wants a happy life. But unhappiness will also come. Because that is the nature of the world and you have to accept it. Unhappiness also comes. But the fact is that even in that unhappiness, the mind can be kept in an equilibrium. It will, that unhappiness will be very much less than that, you see. So that's the whole point. We have to keep our mind in a state of rest, in a state of where it is shanti. That's what shanti. Then we will be a happier people. Not that we will never be unhappy. Of course we will be unhappy, that's the nature of the world. But it will not be such a terrible thing, much less.
Mataji, people are running for life because, as you said, ordinary people it is a little difficult. Now, when you see the city side, people are running for the work, job. In this situation, when they get time to sit in peace and meditate and think of divine, be united with the divine.
It's a question of choice, my dear. You want money or peace of mind? If you want money alone, then run after it.
They have their family.
They have a certain amount has to be done. But if you want peace, is very, very important. You are willing to work from morning 10 o'clock till sometimes overtime and all up to this thing. But for what? For money. For money alone. But you are not willing to spend a few minutes or half an hour every day for improving your own self. I mean, you can't help people like that. Then go ahead, make money and do what you want. Many people like that who come here. So very true. They just run up and they are unhappy individuals and they will criticize others and quarrel with others and everybody will say, I cannot get on with she is very mean to me, my colleague is like this. Because they have no control over their minds. So what is more important, you or this work? You have to make that choice. Doesn't matter if you get less money. You can have a much happier life if the father of the thing is working all the time and comes up very angry and very shouting at the wife, shouting at the children. What's the point even if he can afford a car and can take them to a holiday or in Kashmir? What is the point? You have to choose, you have to choose that making a person, a happier person is more important than having a huge bank account. All these very rich people, you would think they're really happy. I don't think. They are not. They're always in fear, always. They don't know when their empire will fall. They're always frightened. Who will find which the taxes thing? They're always looking around. When will they be caught? When will they take? Oh, it's not a very happy state of it. Happiness is more important than anything else. Mental peace and happiness. Money is a secondary thing. Money cannot buy happiness, as you all know. Very temporary happiness. If at all it can buy, you can say you like, but it's a very temporary, because the object does not have the happiness. The happiness lies in your mind. If you like gulab jamun and somebody gives you a box of gulab jamuns, when that time somebody comes and tells you, your brother has died in Mexico, you say, my God, I can't. Can you enjoy that? No. Why? Same gulab jamun, same person, and same, but your mind is unhappy. No? So happiness does not lie in the gulab jamun or the ice cream. Happiness lies in your mind. So you want to be a happy person, you have to see that you have some control over the mind. That's simple as that. So all the money in the world cannot buy you the happiness if your mind is always fearful. And most of these very rich people, always mind is very fearful, very all the time. Some fear, anger, something happened. All the
That were one side rich people, but other than that economically poor people, unless their physical need is not taken.
I agree.
How they will
I agree. 100% physical need they have to take. That's why you cannot really teach them about yoga and this thing, and in the very, very poor section. They have to take the cycle. A cycle of this thing is there. And according to Hinduism, it's not, one life is not the end of it. That's why we're given our karma, whatever karma we have to go through. And the nature is the one, it's a law. Law of karma is the law of nature, scientific law, that you have to pay back your debts. So what you have done, if I have harmed somebody some other time, 100% you will get the same thing from someone. If not in this life, nature will not let you go. Even if you think I'll commit suicide and finish it, he's robbed the bank and all that, and people are going to, some people commit suicide. That's not the end of the matter. Nature won't let you, because it's a natural law, no? It's a natural law. Christ himself, as you sow, you'll reap, he said. No? So it's a natural law. When you have done something, for good also, it both ways. It plays for both ways. If you have done very good things, you have to enjoy the benefit also. If you have done bad things, you have to be punished for that. It's a natural law, automatic.
In that case, where the word forgiveness is coming there.
Mm-hmm.
The word forgiveness, because we are saying that whatever we do here, it will be taken later. But we say there is forgiveness of body, forgives.
You think God is going to forgive you if you murder a person? I'm sorry, I don't believe that. Because actually, God is not someone who is trying to bring you down and, He is only actually a witness. What is punishing you? You are not punished for your sins. You are punished by your sins. Because if you are punished for your sins, some God or some law, something in a natural, in the ordinary world, you are punished for some crime you have done. But it is not. The automatic law of the universe sees to it that you will automatically get what you deserve, because this is a law of karma is the third law of motion. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. It's a simple scientific law. So if you do commit a crime against, you are not committing a crime against only that person. You are committing a crime against the order and law of the cosmos. So the cosmos will punish you for it. God has nothing to do with it, because He has created the whole cosmos like that. It's a very beautifully running machine, very beautiful. As says, as you sow, you will reap. You cannot sow a mango seed and expect a jackfruit from it. So it's automatic. It's an automatic. So there's no question of forgiveness. If you want forgiveness, do something which will, your own action Now you have done something bad against somebody. Go to that person and do something good for that person. So then you yourself can repair the wrong you have done. Only you can do that. Because why should God forgive you? You've done something bad and then you please pray and you expect. He won't do it. I mean, if you just think reasonably, it is not correct, no? Absolute correct judgment is what you expect from a lawgiver. So that cannot happen. You can bribe the judges and sing a ordinary word, but you cannot bribe God. Only by your own actions you can bribe Him. When you do bad, opposite good things you do, that is automatically it adjusts in them. Where are you from, dear? Tamil Nadu, yeah. Okay. Yeah, just go. What's your name? Sonia. Poor thing, you've got a bad cough, I think. Huh? All of you must be difference in the climate. Very the climate here is very.
Taking holiday.
Taking
holiday in the Ganges.
Oh. I'm sure all of you are some good singers amongst you. Would you like to sing a hymn or something? Yeah, any good singers here? Usually find many of the brothers whom used to come here before.
Yes.
They are all very good singers. You're a good singer, I think. Yeah. We'll all join, they'll all join. You start. മലയാളത്തിൽ പാടിക്കോ കുഴപ്പമില്ല.
जीवन सहारा तेरे बिना मैं कुछ भी नहीं भगवन तू है मेरा जीवन सहारा तेरे बिना मैं कुछ भी नहीं तेरे सहारे मैं जीवन तो पाता तेरे बिना मैं नहीं कुछ कर सकता तेरे सहारे मैं जीवन तो पाता तेरे बिना मैं नहीं कुछ कर सकता भगवन तू ही मेरा जीवन सहारा तेरे बिना मैं कुछ भी नहीं भगवन तू है मेरा जीवन सहारा तेरे बिना मैं कुछ भी नहीं तेरे सहारे मैं शांति को पाता तेरे बिना मैं नहीं कुछ कर सकता तेरे सहारे मैं शांति को पाता तेरे बिना मैं नहीं कुछ कर सकता भगवन तू ही मेरा जीवन सहारा तेरे बिना मैं कुछ भी नहीं भगवन तू है मेरा जीवन सहारा तेरे बिना मैं कुछ भी नहीं तेरे सहारे मैं मुक्ति को पाता तेरे बिना मैं सहारा तेरे बिना मैं कुछ भी नहीं भगवन तो है मेरा जीवन सहारा तेरे बिना मैं कुछ भी नहीं.
Beautiful words. So we don't have anything more, we can have a prayer, peace prayer. Yeah? Then we end with a peace prayer then, okay? Anything else? Bharat? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. हरि ओम तत्सत्. May all of you be blessed. I'm so happy to have met all of you. May just